Hi, and thanks for joining me this week. We're hard at work on the wildlife garden project. I've got some help with me this time, so we should get some good progress done this week. But we can get stuck into the garden and see how much progress we can make today. Welcome to Frogwatch. Okay, so now that we've cut down all of the buddleia bush, we've got a lot of stuff to get rid of. We're going to cut this into smaller manageable bits and then take it down the dump. Okay, so what we're doing now is we're trying to transplant a couple of shrubs that were growing in there. Not too sure what they are, but we're going to transplant them and move them into a different area of the garden, so we can leave this for the wildlife area. Now I'm going to start working on getting rid of a lot of the plants here which are kind of overgrown, which we don't want, and to give us some bare soil so I can actually control what it is I'm putting into this part of the garden. Alright, so we've cleared out most of this area here. When we cut down the buddleia bush, we saved most of the larger branches and the trunks of it. We've kept them all over here. We're going to use this to make a wood pile, which we're going to place up in the corner here. Now, that's an ideal habitat for beetles and various other life forms like moss and fungus and lichen and that sort of stuff. So we're going to be piling up this in the corner here, and then we'll probably call it a day for now, and then I'll come back and we'll do more tomorrow. Right, so we've cleared out pretty much most of this part of the garden now, so the main priority for today is to plant the wildflowers and to try and find a place where we can sink the pond into. So we're going to get the sink over and sort of play around with the positioning to see if we can find out where it is it's going to look good, and then hopefully we'll get to planting some of the flowers. Alright, so we're thinking we've got the positioning right. We look pretty good here. What we need to do is we need to clean out the sink, and we need to dig a hole to get this sunk down to about this sort of level into the ground. Okay, so we've managed to put the pond in, or the sink, into the ground, and this has been raked over, covered with the soil that we dug out from there, and it's ready now for me to plant some of the seeds. Now what I've got here is some tins of seed ball. There's a company that makes particular types of wildflower seeds. First time I've used them, so I'm really hoping that these work out really well. So we've got two different types here. I've got a butterfly mix and a bee mix. These are flowers that are supposed to be specifically designed to attract bees and attract butterflies to the garden. And these are native UK wildflowers, so they should be perfect for this area of the garden. So I'm going to scatter these. Now these are really interesting. These are clay balls and they are packed with seeds. This one in particular says it has 50 seeds in each ball. This one's the same. Yeah, 50 seeds in each ball. So the clay balls filled with seeds, and they also have chili powder in, which is supposedly to prevent insects and birds from wanting to eat them. And all we do is we scatter these on top. You don't even need to plant them in, you just scatter them on top, water them, and then just leave them to it. So we're going to have a go at doing that one. So this one is the butterfly mix and the bee mix. I want them mixed up together. I've got a few more tins on order. There's a beetle mix, which I want to put a bit further over towards the wood pile. And I've got a shade mix, which I will put on the other side of the garden, because that side of the garden, which I haven't touched yet, where the buddleia was, that's pretty much in shade all day. These ones probably want a bit more sun to be able to flower properly. So yeah, we'll get the scattering. Alright, so all we need to do is just water it and leave them to it. They should take 2 to 6 weeks before we see any buds. So as I said, it's a long-term project. But next on the agenda, I want to sort out the pond, or the sink, to make it more like a pond. I still need to block up the plug, and we want to sort of decorate it a bit more so it looks nicer. And obviously I need to put in some plants and some gravel and various things to be able to get this done properly. But I think for now, that's where we're going to leave it. So I'm going to see how much more I can do with this. Water these. And that's probably good for now, and we'll see if we can do some more another time.